Alexander said that investigation has expanded across multiple.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, running into your brand new day today, Friday, the 24th of July, 2026. Good morning to you and yours. Jason Williams, yes, JW. I'm signing on. I'm here with the team. We go until 8 a.m. Action-packed as usual. It's Friday. It's lots to discuss. Obviously, we get into the very important matter of what transpired yesterday. Of course, the front page will give us some more details, as you see in bold. Hadid's free at last, a shocking twist to the state's conspiracy to murder case. And we will get some perspective from the former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, and we'll hear also from the former Prime Minister, and also he would have held the office of Minister of National Security, Minister in the Ministry of the Attorney General and Legal Affairs. We're talking about Stuart Young. Both actually calling for resignations because of this. And so far we have not heard of any particular development as to if the Hadids will fight this in court, will sue the state. That conversation is not in the mix just yet, but many are suggesting they suspect that might be in the cards. But from what we understand, and you're seeing the timeline of events, today's the 24th of July, right? They would have been arrested the 24th of June. We're talking here just shy of a month. And it was a back and forth, a nightmare for the Hadids, I would imagine. And my question is, this morning, and it's a real sincere question, for those who don't have the means, those who don't have the resources, and they're held under these PDOs with no charge, just information, what's going to be their particular position day afterwards? Stay there right up until September. Now, granted, there would have been people in the past, this is not unique, this situation, there would have been people who got early release date for whatever circumstance. I guess they too could have gone down the legal route to fight the case, but this really brings into bear this whole PDO, the SOE, and why we even in this particular place and having this conversation. Could be the Hadids today, it could be me tomorrow, it could be you next week. And this is, when I tell you, a development that still being very measured, because I know some implications and some parts of this still before the court. But it's a real dent, I say, to this SOE and to this PDO, and the fact that the minister, all that kind of power in the pen, way, I find that to be strange. Way more questions compared to the answers for these said questions. And this will create lots of circular arguments, back and forth. I'm sure many a talk show, many a columnist will weigh in. You'll get points to and fro, but we have to really consider Trinidad and Tobago, where we're heading. And I know Gary Griffith, former Commissioner of Police, was talking about this PDO situation and the fact that, what about in 2030, if this remains, anybody, it could cause the abuse of power in 2030. Gary, we're not in 2030, we're in 2026, and the reality is if it could be evil then, it's evil now, it's going to be evil 10 years from now, 100 years from now. If it's something that's not making no sense, we have to really consider why it's on the books and why we need to go forward in this way. So it's, again, there for all to read. You're seeing it there, big and bold, via the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, page 5. No charges later, but the minister revokes PDOs against the businessman and wife after 1 month in prison. The relative Star Sabga likely to be released today. I'm watching a story, and I know the Hadids would have grabbed the headlines yesterday, but there's a development off the coast of Lucero that captured my attention last evening, and it broke my heart. An immigrant child. Now, there are reports that the pirogue was heading to Venezuela. Some of the reports suggest the boat was coming to the island. The search and rescue, he is a real national hero. We know him. We see him all the time at the forefront of all these investigations. He says he knows kind of what transpired, but the reality is the body of a baby girl was found on the shore, also an adult man. So we send condolences. Brittany, 5 years old from what we understand, and the journey turned deadly for 29 Venezuelan migrants, including 6 children. Really, really heartbreaking story there, and one where we consider what's happening via the maritime situation. We saw with our fishermen what happened there in Guyana, and with this pirogue, there need to be really way more measures as it pertains to how we traverse the waters, and that needs to be managed in a more meaningful way. So there is that we could save lives. Let's go to the back page, because the Commonwealth Games, it's about to begin. Of course, we had Cooper and Paul carrying the baton flag at the Commonwealth Games opening. So we wish our athletes the best. They're out there in, I think it's Scotland of all places. That's right, for the Commonwealth Games. We wish them a matter of fact, Glasgow. Yeah, that's right, Glasgow, Scotland. And we're seeing where the Calypso girls fall short in a warm-up game. And we're seeing some action there from the Tour de France. Yes, indeed. There's other sports happening. The World Cup is over now, so we could focus on other activities. Let's head to the brief before we check in with the, as mentioned, former Commissioner of Police and former Prime Minister on this matter. So we're seeing trophies and crowns. Trinidad and Tobago Carnival Bands Association, National Junior Carnival Kings and Queen winners. Well done to the youngsters, all smiles, the future of the carnival. And TNTech promises electricity to SCA students, parents. Remember the girl that we spoke about had to go through the exam, no light? Well, so happy that when we're able to highlight these stories, there is intervention, positive intervention. So we give thanks. So it's Friday. Lots to deal with and to treat with. We have, as per usual, our poetry. We get into some music towards the end of the program. Some puncha creme, yes. Christmas in July. We're going to sample some puncha creme later on. But it's at the first hour we treat with the important talking points. And when we come back, we will hear from the former Commissioner of Police and the former Prime Minister. Both are calling for resignations in light of the Hadids' detention and now their freedom with no charges. Let's hear from the former top cop and the former PM when we come back.
Life. What a wonderful journey we're on. Each stage is unique. And at Tata Life, we not only understand, but also appreciate that you'll have different needs at different times. So trust us to protect you and yours with our comprehensive range of financial planning solutions to ensure that you never, ever have to worry. To learn more, contact a Tata Life advisor or visit tatalife.co.tt today. For the many stages of your life, Tata Life, a member of the Answer McCall Group.
Welcome to Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Do enjoy your stay, sir. You want some coffee?
Can I have the bill?
Perfect, then.
That's exactly what we need.
Hi, the pool is this way.
Whatever you're here for, we're here for you. Stay smart at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Welcome back. In light of what transpired yesterday, we taken some commentary from, I would say, important voices within the community. And one is the former Commissioner Gary Griffith, who remained very consistent with his questions, with his concerns regarding not only this case with the Hadids, but generally the PDO and the power given to a minister to invoke these said PDOs. He would have been very consistent with his argument. And yesterday, well, he held nothing back in his criticism of the moment. So let's take in some commentary from former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith on this development. Let's take it in.
The recent decision by the Minister of Homeland Security to revoke the PDO of the Hadids, that being the same Minister of Homeland Security who initiated this same PDO on his own in the first place, is exactly what I've been stating for the last few weeks. Only in a police state, only in a dictatorial country, can a politician have sole authority to incarcerate someone indefinitely or for months without evidence and without a charge being laid. Just by the fact that this minister claimed that there was a plan to assassinate a prime minister, and something that is so serious, you as the person responsible for intelligence in this country, you would have been unable to turn intelligence into evidence for something that is so serious. That alone he should be fired. But in this situation, for a politician to have been given such authority, which should never take place, and for those people who might be supportive of this government, today it could be persons who are against this government. But what could happen in 2030? Would you want to have someone as a Minister of Homeland Security with the authority that can do this? And again, this was done because of the failure of taking intelligence to turn it into evidence to lay charges. In the absence of that, there must be natural justice. You cannot take away someone's fundamental right to freedom because of intelligence, credible intelligence. That is all it is. Credible intelligence could be a Minister of Homeland Security speaking to someone in the SSA, because the SSA is a politically appointed tool of the government. Most of the persons appointed there. Someone could just write a report, submit it to the minister, and you can lose your right to freedom. This is no different, before people decide to jump on this bandwagon and what I'm stating, this is no different to the last administration when the previous Minister of National Security gave instructions for the police to kidnap Brent Thomas. What we have seen here is the Minister of Homeland Security virtually getting authorization to kidnap the Hadids because of a flaw in the law that gives a politician authority to arrest anyone, incarcerate them without evidence, without charges being laid. This law is so stupid. It allows the Minister of Homeland Security to put the Prime Minister or the Chief Justice or the DPP or the Chief of Defense Staff or the Commissioner of Police under PDO. It cannot take place. It must not take place. This law must be changed. And the only reason this Minister of Homeland Security has done this is because he's taken front before front takes him. Based on the recent decision made by the Privy Council, where they virtually put a slap on him and said, you're totally out of place to expect us to rush because of the stupidity that you did. That is why he decided to do this. This Trinidad and Tobago must never take place again. This is an embarrassment to Trinidad and Tobago. It is an embarrassment to the citizens of this country. The citizens will have to pay taxes. Why should the taxpayers have to pay because of the incompetence of one minister? Minister. The Minister of Homeland Security should be removed immediately for this. And again, it goes back to the point. There are 20,000 people in the Ministry of Homeland Security. He is the only position that no qualification is required. You have selected someone who was in junior management, who was not even qualified to apply to be a commissioner of police. You put him as a minister. He doesn't have the capability, he doesn't have the knowledge, he doesn't have the know-how. And we are paying the price. And let me add, this decision is going to be a domino effect that is going to cause many other persons who have been under the PDO to now do the same thing. And it can cost the taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars. This is not just one Alexander thing, this is two. Because the other Alexander, who has been going up and down in the length and breadth of this country, attacking the 1%, speaking about the Syrian Lebanese community, he was probably the trigger for it. So there's not one Alexander should be removed. Both Alexanders should be fired with immediate effect.
Well, that's former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith, and he did not stutter in his commentary, in his criticism of the moment, calling for serious evaluation, and also speaking towards the future, suggesting that if this is not reined in 2030 and beyond, it could be a reality. I would have heard him mention that on a couple of occasions, and as I would have said earlier, this is one that, I'm not even looking that far, I'm looking at the current moment, but I understand where he's coming from, because wicked games always have a second half. And, you know, the first half might be, we saw it in the World Cup, team might come out and have a dynamic first half performance, and in the second half they fall short. And the second half goes to the next team, and you see, you know, the dark arts coming into the fold. So we don't want that for Trinidad and Tobago. That's a very scary road. That's a Pandora's box we do not want to open. So we heard some commentary from the former Commissioner of Police. Let's check in with the former Prime Minister, who also had some remarks concerning the moment, concerning what transpired, not only yesterday, but during the course of this SOE. We've taken some commentary from Stuart Young.
Trinidad and Tobago, we have been cautioning against the use and abuse of rolling states of emergency. At the last extension of the state of emergency, absolutely no justifiable reason was given for its continuation. What we also have seen in a most frightening manner is the weaponization of preventative detention orders against citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. The state's use of PDOs to suppress persons who speak out against the government, to suppress persons who have a different opinion to those of the government. Social media bloggers who are incarcerated via the use of PDOs because of utterances on social media, not defamatory, but utterances where different opinions to those of the government may be held. What we are witnessing is a complete attempt to suppress democracy in Trinidad and Tobago, a frontal attack on our democratic values, unconstitutional use of rolling states of emergency, complete disregard for how PDOs were intended to be lawfully utilized. Today, not surprisingly, and it could only be after the intervention of independent legal advice, preventative detention orders in the most high profile of cases were revoked against two of our citizens. And the Minister of Homeland Security gave a number of reasons for doing so. We have seen and witnessed unprecedented abuse of our Constitution and attempts to suppress our rights of freedom, our rights of being able to associate, our rights of being able to speak our mind, freedom of speech, once you're doing so in a lawful manner. Having regard to what has unfolded, it is clear that these persons in government, the Attorney General and the Minister of Homeland Security, must immediately vacate office. If not, the Honorable Prime Minister should do the right thing and relieve them both of their duties by firing them. The abuse of our Constitution is not something to take lightly. And the end, we call for the immediate end to states of emergency being used in Trinidad and Tobago. May God continue to bless Trinidad and Tobago.
So again, some commentary, and definitely throughout the course of today, in the office, in the maxis, in the taxis, you name it, this will be a major talking point. Obviously, we will listen in. Next week, we'll open up the lines, give you a chance to check in and give some commentary on the particular matter. But it's Friday, and we try to lighten things up, and we're going to do that as we go forward. After the break, we get a chance to touch base and get some details regarding, well, in the International Day for the Conservation of Mangrove Forests. World Mangrove Day is coming up on Sunday. That's right, so we got some details after the break. See you soon.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order. Chiclesia Limited, the Caribbean's largest manufacturers of plain and printed paper bags, leaders in plastic bags, vermicelli, split piece powder, and greaseproof paper, ideal for doubles, french fries, and sandwiches. Supplying stores nationwide. For quality products, trust Chiclesia Limited, 665-3336.
You know, you have some parents who think that because they provide food and shelter, and that is enough to raise children, it is so much more. Nurture with love and be kind always. I'm sharing with you just a few tips today on N for nurture. Our children have needs, people. They have physical needs, they have emotional needs, they have social needs. Nurturing these needs is important for their overall well-being. Do you know that studies show that children who experience a nurturing home, a nurturing environment at home, they are more likely to develop into healthy, capable, and fully functional adults? Yes, this is what the studies have shown. Make sure your children know that you love them all the time, if even they did something wrong. Please praise their achievements and talents and spend quality and meaningful time with your children. I'm saying that in English again. Spend quality and meaningful time with your children. To a child, listen to this, to a child, love is spelled T-I-M-E. Make time to ensure that these needs are met. Do the best that you can. If you think this was useful, please like, share, and view our profile for more parenting tips. The letter of the day is N for nurturing.
Calling all filmmakers, producers, content creators, influencers, and recording artists. If you're looking to rent a versatile studio space with green screen, video wall, cyclorama, and more, look no further. GM Labs is here to make your dreams a reality. Located in the heart of Port of Spain on St. Vincent Street, GM Labs is your one-stop shop for all your creative needs with over 2,800 square feet to work with. Take your creative concept to the final product at GM Labs. Give us a call or WhatsApp or message us on our Instagram and Facebook pages at GM Labs TT.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are.
Welcome back. So happy it's Friday and we get a chance to lighten the mood. Yes, we deal with news and current affairs, but we also deal with matters concerning the community. And when we talk about the community, we're talking wider Trinidad and Tobago, and conservation is a very important talking point, especially when it comes to our mangrove forests. So apparently World Mangrove Day or Mangrove Recognition, it's Sunday. And we're going to get some details from two, I would say, career folks who dive deep into that particular field of environment, giving us information, conservation. We welcome Dr. Rahana Juman, Acting Director and Wetland Ecologist, And with us also Atish Kanai, Research Officer and Bentec Ecologist. Now, let me say welcome, guys. Happy International
World Mangrove Day.
World Mangrove Day. You know, many finding out this for the first time. And as I would have said to you, Dr. Juman, when you was here on the program before, going into the Caroni Swamp, seeing it for the first time, it was mind-blowing. It stays with me. And I know that's just one. I'm sure we have others too in the country, right?
Correct.
Fantastic. Well, that's what the conversation is about, that awareness and that level of information that many sometimes pass by and they don't even know.
Exactly.
Yes, welcome, guys. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, great to have you. Before we get into the details, let me find out, because I'm seeing here acting director and stuff. There's some kind of production going on?
No.
Because I'm seeing, okay.
Yes, the substantive director is on leave, so I'm acting.
Okay. Fantastic. So you just, okay. So let me just get some details as it pertains to what we know as the Caroni Swamp, and then we deal with other wetlands across the country.
Well, before I start, I just want to give a little background. So since 2015, UNESCO has designated the 26th of July as the International Day for the Conservation of Mangrove Forests. And the purpose of this is to raise awareness of how important our mangrove forests are, right, to our livelihoods, to our lives, especially in island states. So particularly for Caroni Swamp, you know, you have a passion for Caroni Swamp, and I'm really glad you do. Caroni Swamp is our largest mangrove forest in Trinidad and Tobago, right? We have almost 8,000 hectares of mangroves, and about 5,000 of that is actually in the Caroni Swamp, or part of the Caroni Swamp. So it's a natural treasure. It's a wetland of international importance. It's been declared a Ramsar site since 2005, right? It's a protected area, wildlife sanctuary. It is the main habitat for our national bird, the scarlet ibis, and it's also a habitat for over 200 species of birds that come. Some visit, some live, and you know, and so it provides, and not only that, in terms of the ecosystem and the biodiversity, but it also provides livelihood opportunities. So you have people who catch crab, you have people that take oysters, you have people that fish, and then also too you have people that earn a living through ecotourism, taking tourists into the swamp. And just recently I saw an article, I think it was the Ministry of Trade and Tourism, where they're saying that the ecotourism bird watching sector actually is ecotourism. Bird watchers, they spend a ton of money to see birds, and a lot of them come here to see our birds, eh?
No, they do. I recall, you know, back in the day, spent some years up from South originally, as I mentioned, Erin, so I was familiar with you know, that space. We moved to Komodo, and next to where we were living had a massive tree, and we used to see tourists and maxis with binoculars, and that's when I recognized as a child that people actually spend money to travel to see birds. And I would imagine, I'll probably bring Atish in, when I was going into the Caroni Swamp with my son, I remember, other than the birds and stuff, I saw some snakes. Right, nestled in the tree. I was like, oh, okay, you know. Walk me through the biodiversity that exists there, and more so, where do the scarlet ibis go in the day? I've always wondered, where do they go?
They go out to feed. You find them on the
fly to Venezuela.
Yeah.
So they go so far?
No, I don't think on a regular day. They go out to sea. You see them on the mud flats at low tide. If you see the mud flats exposed and so on, you'll see them feeding. So they go out to feed in the day, and then they come back home in the evening before sunset to roost.
And what a sight to behold, Atish. I think that was something seen not for the first time. The amount and how they were in the trees, that was a blow mind.
Yeah, well, let me do a plug for what I do, because you're talking about biodiversity, right? Now you would see I am the benthic ecologist. Now benthic means all the organisms that live in the sediment below the water. So we think about biodiversity a lot of times as the birds, the fish, all the things we see, but there's a lot of biodiversity that we don't see. So I study things like polychaetes, which are little worms, segmented worms, amphipods, which look like little shrimp, and shells. Now, the Caroni Swamp has a lot of this biodiversity as well. Trinidad is blessed with a lot of benthic biodiversity, and it's something we don't really think about. We have some of the highest in the world. So, you know, the swamp is all part of that.
Let me ask, and Atish, you would start, and I want Dr. Juman to continue. Any environmental factors are threatening our biodiversity and the kind of the amount of organisms and life that we have, not only in Caroni Swamp, but throughout our mangroves?
Yes, because what we talk about is land-based sources of pollution. So the things we do upstream affect everything downstream. So sometimes things end up in your rivers, in your storm drains, and these things filter into the rivers and down to the swamp. So for instance, things like what we call grey water, which is like your soaps and stuff that you wash into the drain when you wash your wares and stuff, those things end up into the sea, into the ocean. And these things, there's a certain nutrient threshold above which organisms can't survive. So we have to be very mindful of what we're putting into our environment, as well as plastics. Plastics are a big problem in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, everywhere we go, there are tons of plastics.
You know, you wonder where this plastic coming from. You'll see a flooding tongue and it's just bottles
from your
everywhere.
Home. From your home.
Imagine that.
Yes. So, but I will add to what Atish is saying. So first of all, our mangroves are in the interface between the land and sea, and as you know, that's prime real estate. So we have already lost about 50% of our mangrove forests to build development. So we would have converted it to build ports, to build industry, to build houses, and so forth. So one of the biggest impacts besides pollution is actually habitat destruction. When you destroy the habitat, you destroy the home. You lose your biodiversity. In addition to that, we are also experiencing impacts from climate change. So one of the biggest challenge we have in the Caroni Swamp, so the Caroni Swamp itself in particular, I'll focus on, is an area that has been altered over time to facilitate agriculture, to facilitate people living and so forth. So we have built in the past what we call conduits to drain the land, to free up the land for agriculture and housing, right? And now we have, because we have, due to climate change, we have generally less fresh water going out because we're harvesting some of the fresh water upstream as well for us to use, right? And we have less rainfall, so less water flowing out, and sea level rise, more water flowing in. So we have the issue of salinization or saltwater intrusion. And that is a problem that is affecting farmers, but also too, it's also impacting on the habitat. So like for Caroni Swamp, the scarlet ibises, the juvenile scarlet ibises, they require freshwater invertebrates, right? And we are losing those freshwater habitats. They're actually being taken over by mangrove. So if you look now where the scarlet ibis used to nest, they're moving closer and closer to the highway because they're basically looking for freshwater environments to feed. So that put them at risk as well, you know. So we need to be conscious generally of all the changes that we make and how that has impact.
If there's not a reversal, could we, and I don't even want to even think of this, but could we lose that kind of habitat? Could we lose the essence and the majesty and the magic that is our swamp?
So what we have right now in Caroni Swamp over the years, we have actually saw an increase in mangrove forest coverage, but a loss in the freshwater marsh habitat. Even the area you spoke about earlier on, Icacus. Icacus was a beautiful, you had the mangrove in the Columbus Bay side, and then you had a beautiful freshwater marsh that supported a lot of birds. But again, you have erosion occurring because of a number of things, including climate change, and you have salt water coming in. You're losing that habitat where you used to see the nice ponds, you're now seeing mangroves. It's salty, and you're losing the birds that would have depended on that freshwater environment. So yes, those are simple, those have implication for our biodiversity.
Well, Dr. Juman, I want to say a sincere thanks. Atish, also sincere thanks for being here. As we wrap things up in the seconds that remain, is there any place online someone could go to reach out to continue the conversation with you guys?
Of course, they could, IMA, our website, www.ima.gov, and they could call the Institute. We have an information center, we have a library. They could come and they could even reach out to us, and we could provide information to them, because what I would say in terms of the ending, mangrove conservation is not one person's job or two. It's everybody's job, because mangrove protect and provide us with so many things. So we all have to be engaged in protecting and conserving our mangroves.
Well said. You know, Dr. Juman, thanks so much for coming on, giving us all the information. Atish, thank you so much. And this is one I want us to continue. I always get so intrigued when we get the conversations and information on our mangroves and on our natural beauty and the splendor that is Trinidad and Tobago. We take the pause and we come back with much more. See you soon.
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services.
Discover your favorite treat with Casey Candy Gummies. Sweet or sour, dive into a wave of fun shapes and flavors. Our halal gummies are made with fruit juices and every bite is packed with fun, chewiness and pure deliciousness. Perfect for an everyday snack, birthday parties, or lunch boxes. Make your snack time irresistible. And enjoy your day with Casey Gummies.
Looking for the ultimate gaming experience? Welcome to Phase 22 Gaming Lounge, where gamers of all ages come to play, compete, and have fun. Dive into your favorite games on PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, or race on our high-tech racing rigs. And experience the thrill of VR with PlayStation and Meta Quest. Our lounge is safe, comfortable, and perfect for everyone. When you're done, check out the latest gaming systems, accessories, and even Samsung and Apple phones. Visit us on the second floor of Gulf City Mall or call 786-2404 to book your gaming session today.
The ExxonMobil Guyana Global Super League is back. From the breathtaking landscapes of Guyana, 5 elite teams gather for cricket's greatest global showdown. The Guyana Amazon Warriors, Lahore Qalandars, Desert Vipers, Perth Scorchers 11 and the San Francisco Unicorns. 5 teams, 12 matches, $1 million on the line. From July 23rd to August 1st, don't miss the ExxonMobil Guyana Global Super League, where champions are made.
My own personal motto is to show citizens of this country that our stories can be told in a professional and international standard. I want to show them that the journalism they consume on cable TV can also exist here. Each day, that's my focus, that's my drive, to show the stories of our communities, of our people, matter just as much as anywhere else in the world. That's why we are where you are.
When the title author is next to your name, it is quite an accomplishment because this is the manifestation of an idea, of a thought, of words literally on paper, or could I type it out? You know, you never know how the process started, but it eventually is now in hand a full product where St. Catherine Pompey Charles is here to share with us her journey to becoming her. I want to thank her for being here yet again. You know, I was telling her, because I remember you were part of the program, and I think it was last year, but it was actually this year.
Yes, correct.
Yes, where the time passed. Welcome again. Great to have you.
I am glad to be here this morning.
Look at you now. How you feel? I mean, this would have melted your heart when you got the box, you cut it open and actually got your hand on the product itself, right?
Yes, it was a moment.
Yes.
It was indeed a moment.
Well, I'm seeing honor, empowerment, rebirth. What's the takeaway from those who grab Becoming Her and they read the book?
Becoming Her, honor, empowerment, rebirth is actually a tool for persons searching for purpose, looking for betterment, persons who want to achieve their goals. You know, oftentimes we want to achieve stuff, but life happens and we put everything before our goals, you know, and as women, we tend to focus our attention on a lot of persons and not ourselves. So this book is actually a guide to help women empower themselves.
Yes.
You know, so.
Well, I'm watching here. This is you. You were the first hijabi to be part of the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service?
Correct.
What? So you're telling more or less your story coming through the years and I guess breaking barriers, as it were.
Certainly.
Fantastic. Obviously, I know you're a woman of faith. Is there lots of leaning to your faith and giving that particular deeper meaning as to, well, were you and becoming her?
With the book, Becoming Her, as much as I am a Muslim, the book is not centered on just Muslims or on Islam. So in the book, there is a combination of both Islam and Christianity. The reason for that, I would have came from a Christian background, right? And I would have incorporated some scriptures from the Bible,
yes,
as well as some ayats from the Quran. Reason for that is we live in a diversified world, and I don't just want to I didn't want to target just the Muslim sisters.
And ultimately, all that is you. It's what
Correct.
Made you into who you are today, you know, every single angle and experience. You were, would you say you were vulnerable? You were able to share? You went into places that you wouldn't normally go to share certain experiences with your readers via the book?
Yes. So with the book, I would say this book was actually birthed in a season of surrender. For me, it was a season where I wouldn't say I felt lost, but it was me actually questioning myself and my true purpose. I always believed that I have a purpose, but I was at that point, what is actually that purpose? And this is when Becoming Her was birthed.
Walk me through the choice of the cover photo. I know there would have been multiple options and consideration. You would have done the photo shoot. What made you zone in on this particular shot? What about the shot made the cut? It's a beautiful picture, by the way. I'll let you know, but and I'll give you a chance to explain as to. Okay, you could have gone in any direction with the cover, huh? But this is your cover, Becoming Her, and that's you.
Yes, it is. So actually, that was not the photo that I actually envisioned for the cover. However, the photo that I did envision, it's to the back of the book, right? It's one of the photos to the back. When it is I positioned it on the cover, it wasn't given that honor, that power, you know, that empowerment. It wasn't speaking the title of the book. So I had to play around with the images. And with this photo, it stood out to me. Even though it's not a full body photo, when you see this photo, you can actually relate and add it to the title of the book.
That's right. I mean, I love what you said here. You said Becoming Her is a declaration of strength and an invitation to walk in divine alignment. You know, this is much needed. I know many women sometimes, I mean, we men, all of us, we go through our challenges, but clearly when women like yourself open up and you share, I'm sure the inspiration will be far and wide as it pertains to those who get their copy and read. Where can we hold on and get the actual physical copy?
Becoming Her is currently available on Amazon in 3 versions. So you can get the Kindle version, it's $8.99. The paperback version, which is what you have here, it's $14.99, and the hardcover at $19.99. And these are priced in US dollars.
Fantastic.
Also, I would have physical copies for persons who want a signed copy. And tomorrow, Saturday, inshallah, will be the official launch of Becoming Her. So there will be copies available for purchase.
Where are you having this launch? Give me time and give me location.
So this launch is happening at the Diego Martin Library, Nallis Library. which is at the corner of the Digger Martin Main Road and Wendy Fitzwilliam Boulevard, opposite Western Police Station. The time would be from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m.
You'll be there to sign books and everything?
Certainly.
Fantastic. I recognize that purple seems to be a color. You know, purple is a color of royalty.
Correct.
As they say. And, you know, well done. You know, I'm really happy. I'm trying to remember if you did mention a book was in the works when you came the first time. Because I know we kind of dealt with Ramadan around that time.
We did deal with Ramadan.
So all in that time, and this was in the pipeline?
Yes. Becoming Her would have already been existing. I would have published Becoming Her in January this year.
Excellent, excellent. The feedback so far from those who had a chance to go through cover to cover and they come up to you after to give a little commentary to share their thoughts. What's been the common thread?
Persons were actually impressed. It's a small book, but it's a powerful book. There's different sections to the book, whereas to the back, there's a reflection, there's an evaluation, as well as action steps. So it's not just to read, but you can also develop your own Becoming Her story. Mm-hmm. Right? And persons would have reached out to me and said, you know, apart from they being proud of me for publishing this book, they would also say that they are happy that this book was actually published, whereas women could actually get the help. So the feedback on Becoming Her is actually a great one.
I mean, every kind of chapter, I mean, we're talking here some diverse talking points, very diverse, from her identity to her boundaries, to something on what she eats, showing up for yourself. There's something on, so it's in terms of, hold on there, this one was interesting. All right. Wow. Who she is, I mean, you know, topics far and wide. I want to say congrats yet again. Let me ask you, growing up, you ever thought author would have been part of your name?
Yes.
Yeah,
I wanted to write a book. I always wanted to write a book. I always wanted to do a memoir. Mm. I just didn't believe in myself that it would have actually came into existence.
St. Catherine, well done, congratulations. I know you said it's via Amazon, and of course you're going to be in Digger Martin tomorrow. Is there anywhere online folks could go to get more information?
They can check the Becoming Her page on Instagram. So it's Becoming Her on Instagram.
St. Catherine Pompey Charles, Becoming Her. Honor, empowerment, rebirth, available. All right, so get it today, and by all means, we wish you the very best. Great seeing you again.
Thank you, same to you.
Let's take that pause. We come back. Much more as we move up to 7 o'clock.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order.
Life. What a wonderful journey we're on. Each stage is unique. And at Tata Life, we not only understand, but also appreciate that you'll have different needs at different times. So trust us to protect you and yours with our comprehensive range of financial planning solutions to ensure that you never, ever have to worry. To learn more, contact a Tata Life advisor or visit tatalife.co.tt today. For the many stages of your life, Tata Life, a member of the Ansa McCall Group.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance. But we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza in Deba Shaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Greetings in the powerful and precious name of Jesus Christ our Lord. This is Apostle Judy Karim of the Greater Love Christian Center, bringing love and greetings from our ministry and inviting you to join us every Friday morning on CNC3 at 5 a.m. to receive a word from God on our program, It is Glorious. God loves you. We look forward to being a part of your life and bringing God's word for your situation. Love you.
In the ever-changing media landscape, we at Guardian Media strive always to put you, our viewers and readers, first.
We strive to uphold the time-honored tenets of responsible journalism.
For us, accuracy is key.
And in our reporting, we strive not only to be first, but fair,
impartial,
and to uphold journalistic integrity.
Above all, we are accountable to you, and we must respect the views of our audience. That is our solemn contract with you.
Keen attention to detail.
Rigorous verification of facts.
Keep track of our editorial policies and guidelines, including our corrections policy, by logging on to www.guardian.co.tt for more.
Building community, changing lives. That's the mandate and the ethos of this amazing coming together, this group called A Taste of Joy and Friends, Java activities, July, August vacation activities, to give meaningful action to the young people in this space so that, you know, they could be occupied and build themselves and meet and treat with the community. I want to welcome Lisa-Anna Alexander. Lisa-Anna is here with me. Great to see you. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Yes. Oh, yes. Welcome, welcome. And Shakira Phillips Sutherland.
Good morning. Good morning.
Ladies, welcome. I want to say firstly, well done. You know, here it is. You all are actually putting not just words into the mix. You're actually putting meaningful action to engage the community. I love the tagline. I love the energy. If you could explain to me, I'll probably start with Shakira and Lisa-Anna. You could come in as to this A Taste of Joy and Friends, for those hearing about it for the first time. I know it's a community-based energy. Give me some more details.
Okay, so A Taste of Joy and Friends is a community group coming out of Nelson Street, Port of Spain, Upper Nelson Street, Port of Spain, that is. And we would provide our community and neighboring communities at large the opportunity to partake in different events that we would coordinate to build camaraderie within the community, which aids in eradicating the stigma that is attached to our community. So over the last couple of years, we would have come together, a few ladies would have come together and decided, here what, we're gonna have these activities on probably an occasional basis where our community is able to come out and enjoy, have fun, and just be part of and feel a part of something that is great.
Excellent. Lisa-Anna, which activity seems to be the most popular? Which one got all the young people excited and they subscribed to that one in a big, big way?
Well, I would say the movie night recently was Saturday that went. Well, the theme for that one was Christmas in July movie night. They get to watch Home Alone 2, and they seem to really like that one.
Excellent. Well, I mean, we always long for a good movie night, right? You know, I must ask you, Shakira, because naturally we all know there are certain challenges within this space, certain invisible borderlines. How you all have been able to clearly you all have been able to conquer that. Walk me through how you've been able to get through that.
So for one, we try to make these events as transparent as possible. We keep a positive energy when we would send out any invitation. We make sure it's clear that there's no boundaries. Everyone is available to come and be part of the exciting moments. And I would say through positivity is how we're able to conquer that, as you say, invisible line and the borders.
Lisan, as it pertains to young people like yourself, you've been able to make connections, meaningful connections. You've seen people forging friendships through this coming together?
I will say yes. It's coming there. It's hard to do it sometimes, but as a community, we try our best to bring everyone together and to leave the bad stigma behind us.
Yeah, of course. And let me tell you, there is so much cultural brilliance, sporting brilliance, excellence, academic excellence also in the space. Yes. And I think it's important to have these different conversations for people to understand there's a different light within the space. Let me ask you, Shakira, partnerships, cooperation, resources to keep this going. How is that going?
Ooh, that's a big question. We often get that question. I would say I have been getting a tremendous response to partnerships with a lot of corporate entities.
That's great.
Some of, like, within this Java event that we're doing currently, we have we have Bryden's, we have Carib Brewery, we have the Views Hotel from Tobago would have partnered with us, Sunshine Snacks, Kiss Beacon Company, and these are some of the names we've been seeing consistently every time we reach out without hesitation. They put their best foot forward to assist us.
And I'm so happy you were able to give them that mention because many times, you know, people say, you know, corporate are not contributing, and you're hearing in real time, you know, certain companies, whatever big or small way, they put in the resources.
Yes, they do.
Yes. So it's the next big excitement, Lisana. What's guarded for this weekend?
Well, this weekend, we just decided about some days ago that Sunday we'll have an R&B.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice. So a little kind of come together.
Yeah. So we're calling all the mummies and daddies to come out, not just the children this time, but the mummies and daddies to come out on Sunday night to, you know, just a night under the stars with R&B. So we'll have a live DJ there, free finger foods, we'll have stuff on sale, just, you know, to get the vibes out, to get persons to come out.
Where you all normally meet? What was the hub that you all normally meet?
So the hub is my home.
So the movie night, everything was by you?
Yes, so in the back by my home, there's a yard, there's an open yard. Okay. So yes, the movie night was held there.
Fantastic, fantastic. And where can anyone in the area, in the space, go to get information online on what's the weekly activity, what's the next big activation?
So we have our Instagram and TikTok page, A Taste of Joy and Friends, A Taste of Joy _friends. So you can find us on both TikTok and Instagram.
We're looking forward to the most stuff for this summer, the July, August, because I know that movie night, they have the R&B. Which one is the one you really can't wait to partake in, Lisana?
Well, right now we're also having 3 Mondays, a field trip for kids, which is the zoo, the Solo, and Pizza Hut factory. The Solo Factory and Pizza Hut. Excellent. The last one is La Figa, and that is what I can't wait for.
Yes. You go between the plants and really, you know, be in nature.
After that, we're also having a book drive / karate.
Excellent. Well, Lisana, I want to thank you for being here. Shakira, as we wrap things up, I'll let you have the final say in the seconds that remain. If anybody wants to help, again, continue with the resources, how could they reach out to you directly?
So they can reach out to me on my contact is 432-6133. And you can also email me at atasteofjoyfriends@gmail.com.
A Taste of Joy. Great work happening in this space, right here within the city. And I'm so happy we were able to use the platform to highlight some of the great news coming out of Port of Spain. Well done, ladies. Shakira and Lisana. All the best, ladies.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Great stuff as we look to wrap things up inside this first hour. Much more after 7.
Time Check, brought to you by the Central Bank and the National Financial Literacy Program.
morning. I'm Kay Marie Fletcher with headline news on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. The Trinidad and Tobago National Nursing Association President Edie Stewart is adamant that nursing and midwifery staff of the NCRHA were informed that a 4-hour shift was being implemented beginning in August. On Wednesday, the NCRHA stated that it is considering taking legal action against the TTNNA and its president, stating that the association deliberately distorted the facts surrounding an operational accommodation that was extended to a small number of nurses experiencing personal challenges. However, yesterday, Stewart said he looks forward to ventilating the issues as the facts are clear and was already in black and white, adding that he is not intimidated by threats of legal action.
They keep putting out these things every time we make a statement, as if it would silence the Nursing Association, and that is furthest from the truth. We would not be silenced. We would not be intimidated by their veiled threats of lawsuits. I know they have the vast resources of the state, and we are seeing that played out in a number of high-profile cases.
Let me ask you.
It is not their money, it is the state money, so they can take persons to court at their whims and fancies, and it would not impact on them. If they lose, well, the public, you and I, will pay through taxpayers' money.
After 30 days behind bars, businessman Dominic Hadid and his wife Genevieve have been released. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander yesterday revoked their preventive detention orders, but says the criminal investigation into an alleged assassination plot continues. The Hadids were arrested on June 24th as part of an investigation into an alleged plot to assassinate the Prime Minister and senior members of the government. Alexander says that investigation has expanded across multiple jurisdictions and continues with the support of local and international law enforcement agencies. 3 days after the arrest, he issued PDOs under the Emergency Powers Regulations. The minister says he kept the detention under review and considered the review tribunal's recommendation that they were no longer necessary, and took into account a medical report on Dominic Hadid. He says Hadid declined an examination by an independent state-appointed specialist. Alexander also says the Privy Council's decision not to fast-track the state's appeal meant the couple could have remained in prison until the end of the state of emergency. He says that would have been disproportionate. The Hadids have been released but will remain under police monitoring, and Alexander says he expects them to cooperate with investigators as the probe continues. Now the couple's relative Star Sapga remains in police custody. Her matter comes up in court today. The Trinidad and Tobago Seabridge Truckers Limited is calling for stronger collaboration among the agencies responsible for moving the cargo between Trinidad and Tobago. The appeal came as the newly formed organization officially launched and outlined its vision for improving the inter-island cargo service. At the launch at the cruise ship complex, President Nicholas Manswell said the group was created to give truckers a voice while improving communication among key stakeholders. Those include the Port Authority, the Trinidad and Tobago Inter-Island Transportation Company, the Tobago House of Assembly, and the Ministry of Works. This has been Headline News. Stay tuned for another news update at the top of the hour and for comprehensive coverage in our midday news and major newscast at 7 p.m. on CNC3.
Welcome back. Listen, when I say Friday is a feel-good Friday, it's a feel-good because it's a chance to embrace great conversation, find out what's happening in the community, and also get a chance to link up with good colleagues, people that you have utmost respect and admiration for. And Lizelle is no stranger to that. She's here to share with this most, I would say, exciting development happening at the Police Credit Union Auditorium. We're dealing with community communication in motion, something that you're spearheading via the Pros and Cons Limited. Liza Douglas, is this your company? This is something you've created?
Yes, this is my company, Brews and Comes Limited. We're 7 years old, 8 years old. I've been doing this a long time, as you know.
Yeah, big up you. Congratulations.
Thanks. I appreciate that very much.
Yes. Because I know you're part of it, but I always thought that is there, sometimes you might see a face, but there are other people on the back end also working at, who else makes up the company, or all this is on your shoulder?
Yeah, all of this is on my shoulders. So I'll tell you, Brews and Comes Limited, it's really a communications agency. Of course, we're based here, but I service clients regionally and internationally as well. And so what we do is I am your one-stop shop, and based on the strategy or the needs of the client, of course, have partner organizations or persons that I would bring in on a need basis, but I'm the person who'll deal with it all for you. So
we're talking about next Tuesday.
Yes.
In Barataria Police Credit Union. That smart building, amazing auditorium, great space. Who's your target audience? Because we're dealing here communication in motion. I would imagine those who have to public speak, those who have to, I guess, address staff members. Like, walk me through who's your target audience for this session.
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. So when I started Community 2 years ago, this is our 3rd year, the initial vision was to create a space for communication professionals, persons like yourself, myself, to really meet and exchange resources, ideas, expertise, knowledge. And then somewhere along the line, based on interaction through working, you realize that communication is not a skill that's reserved just for us who work in the industry, but it's an essential life skill. And you realize that communication is the foundation for many interactions, if not all, both professionally and personally. So this year we've adapted the vision, we've refined the vision to really ensure that we have segments and speakers who are trained, obviously bringing their various expertise to deal with various parts of the communication sphere, but that it can attract and appeal to every person, whether you take the information and you use it personally and or professionally.
Now, I know you will spearhead, but you always come to this kind of a symposium with a wealth of experts and people who are also knowledgeable in the field. Who else will join you on the panel to share and to give of the information to the audience?
So this is a whole day event. We start from 8:30 in the morning. We go right down to 4:30. We have 4 main segments with some fireside chats, and I'll just take you through those very quickly. We start the day with a session called Pause, Don't Stall, and we're really looking at burnout and how communication impacts burnout, both as a symptom as well as the cure for it. That is going to be led by someone named Julie Turney. She's out of Barbados. Fantastic person. She has HR experience. She's an HR consultant, and she's also given a TEDx talk on this very topic. So this is also something that she's very passionate about. Next, we move on to branding in a session called Own Your Brand, and we have our partners out there in WebGoal coming to facilitate this session. Jem David is going to be our speaker, and we're looking at branding both from a personal and a professional standpoint, because most people think, oh, I don't need a personal brand, I have a job. But your personal brand is what you bring to the professional brand, right? And so we're looking at the synergies, the alignment, and how to ensure that you can represent yourself properly and accurately. Coming out of that branding session, we'll be doing a fireside chat with Valmiki Maraj, because I want to show how branding is not just conceptual, but how you can actually move it to a tangible product. Of course, and we see that in the Lost Tribe. They've been doing that successfully for a number of years. So we're going to have a chat with Val about that. After lunch, we have a session called The Communicator's Blueprint, and this is what is specific to persons who operate within the industry, but it can also benefit persons who want to get that coverage, who want to get that publicity for their events, whether it's a community group, whether you're in a brand or an organization. We have 3 experts coming in there on that panel. Colin Graves, of course, he's going to be focusing on positioning. Joanne Briggs, she's going to be talking about pitching, because we do know that our media houses have a lot to cover and may not have all of the resources all of the time in order to cover it accurately, right? Or even be able to have the capacity to cover it. So we're going to be talking about pitching, and then publicity. How do you build your relationships with those media houses, and how do you get the right person for whatever it is you want coverage for? Coming out of that, we have Keejan Haynes, who's going to be joining us for a chat. We're going to be looking at the death or evolution of our media. You know, we're talking about the AI landscape. We're seeing a couple media entities shutting its doors. What does that mean for us locally, and how do we navigate this new landscape? And then finally, you know, we need money, honey. Everything runs on money. So we're talking about value and visibility. How do you ensure that your brand, your organization, your product, or your service is visible? And how do you ensure that when you're looking for partners, you can bring significant value to them? So I will be leading that session along with my friend LaShawn Ramden, who's going to look at it from a digital perspective and space. And then we have somebody who's in that seat who, you know, determines if sponsorship happens. We have Mark Clark coming to join us for that panel. So a packed day, we have lots of information happening, but guaranteed value.
I mean, it's for all and sundry, basically. This is up everyone's alley. Let me find out. Pre-registration required as their cost attached. Walk me through some of the logistics.
Yes, of course, we want people to pre-register, so I want to be able to cater accurately to ensure that you get the fantastic experience we're offering. For the day, the cost is $750, but coming out of the past 2 years, you know, you learn lessons as you go, and one of the lessons we learned is that some people really can't, their schedule doesn't permit them to spend the entire day for us. Of course, I want you to, that's the greatest value, but I understand that some person may only just want to take one session or 2 sessions, and so because of that, we made a session price available, which is $250. So registration is via our website, which is www.prosandcoms.co. You fill out a form and then you choose your payment option, whether you want to do direct bank transfer or pay via the site.
When it's all said and done, because I know you would have done this engagement before, and you get back home and you settle and you recap the day in your mind, what's your greatest takeaway from putting all this together?
That is done. No, but apart from that, it's really creating a space. You know, when we started this, the first conference I did was 4 years ago in partnership with Pratt and the then Ministry of Communications, called Comms Convos. And that really came out of looking around and wanting to meet my colleagues, wanting to exchange information, and really wanting to talk about communication, because I think that communication in the professional sense is not really understood. Persons don't understand the value that communicators bring to their organization and the benefit. And then as we continue to get deeper into it, the passion really grew in terms of everybody needs to learn how to communicate effectively, to understand, to process, and to ensure that the message that you're sending is received in the way in which it is intended. That's effective communication. And so what we do year after year is just, you know, break this off into chunks, choose topics that we really can focus on to ensure that you get actionable tips, strategies, tools, techniques that you can leave with and implement in your life immediately. And so when all is said and done, my satisfaction is hearing people say, this was amazing, this was exceptional, I didn't know I needed this. And of course, you know, the value is greater than what you're charged, and I would pay more next year.
No, I mean, Lizelle, you know, you're spot on. So proud of you. Really, really amazed with what you're able to put together here. I would say a fantastic lineup of consummate professionals giving you in real time, you know, tips, and you could have the conversation with them after too. You know, that's the kind of proximity you're getting to these people. There's no invisible wall between you and the facilitators. So well done. Let's put the information up one more time. It's happening on a Tuesday in Barataria, right there on the Eastern Main Road. You can't miss it, the Police Credit Union Auditorium. I think that's probably on the 4th floor, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You know it well, man.
Yes. Fantastic space. I say what? So well done. Well done. Hey, Lizelle, congrats in advance.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Cheers. Cheers indeed. We come back, and what we do, we treat with, I believe, the Mind Your Business segment. Oh, we'll do the poetry. Fantastic. So we're going to switch things up. Poets Corner up next. A chance for the spoken word artists to find a safe space and express themselves. That's next.
Step into ABC Doors and Windows, where quality meets variety. Discover premium wooden, steel panel, fiberglass, and steel security doors alongside aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows designed for strength and durability. At ABC, we're always a better choice, delivering products built to last and service you can rely on. Visit our showroom at 1 Chanka Trace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to make your dream home a reality.
For over 4 decades, Nagico has been a steadfast partner, enabling communities and businesses across Dutch, English, and French-speaking territories within the Caribbean and also France. Every policy we provide is a promise to help with managing the uncertainties of life. Beyond insurance, we're committed to uplifting our communities through sponsorships and initiatives. We're a people-centric, purpose-driven organization dedicated to building a brighter future.
AM Best rated us A-, excellent for financial strength.
Parents will do it, they'll go to work, have a day, bro, and come on and take that stress out on you.
Welcome to another episode of Manhood.
Everybody will do what they need to do to get what they want.
And if they can't fit in to the norms, then what do they do? They're surviving.
Not everybody wants to kill me because I might be all kind of thing, but I think I'm a good person.
The aspect of a mentor seeing something in you that you can't see in yourself.
Check yourself, because you shaped that generation.
Are we losing in many ways the values?
Since I have this practice of diagnosis, there's a group, a very small group, type group, who will always look after me.
In the ever-changing media landscape, we at Guardian Media strive always to put you, our viewers and readers, first.
We strive to uphold the time-honored tenets of responsible journalism.
For us, accuracy is key.
And in our reporting, we strive not only to be first, but fair,
impartial,
and to uphold journalistic integrity.
Above all, we are accountable to you, and we must respect the views of our audience. That is our solemn contract with you.
Keen attention to detail,
rigorous verification of facts.
Keep track of our editorial policies and guidelines, including our corrections policy, by logging on to www.guardian.co.tt for more.
Well, let me tell you, Rochelle Rollins, what a light. She stepped into the studio and the lights got even brighter. You know, good energy, beautiful smile, and more so, and more importantly, words to inspire via her spoken word, you know, her performance. We're going to get that in a few. And also, there's a book. You understand? Yes, I tell you, there's only authors on this morning. You know, we had an author on in the first hour. So congrats to you. Well done, Rochelle. Would you say... Well, firstly, manners make it man, yes, and woman. Good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. JW, and good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes. Would you say this is your first installment, your first production?
Yes, it is my first book.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I love the cover and the whole feel. When we go through this, what's the takeaway? What you're gonna get? Just short stories?
So it is my favorite poem, which is called Since Brown Was Black's Cousin, which I'm going to do a small excerpt for you all today. So I took that poem and I turned it into the book. I always wanted to write a book. Mm-hmm. So I told myself I could either take months trying to find words to create a book, or take something I really love, add pictures to it, and just put it out there and see what happens. So that's what I did.
Who published? I mean, you did this what? You kind of did this yourself, or you went through a publisher?
So I went through a print tree. So I went through print tree. So that is a local printer who printed it for me.
Fantastic. How's the spoken word journey? How it's been thus far in terms of performances? You've put your hat into any of the competition rings as yet?
Yes, I have.
Excellent.
So I competed at the First Citizen Slam. I made it to the finals. So that was a lovely experience. That was not this year, the year before. And that's the first time I entered. So that was like, wow, okay, cool.
Yeah. That's amazing though. And that was the year too, I think, the winner, the eventual winner, also would have put his hat in the ring for the first time. Shaquille.
Yes.
Yeah, Shaq the poet. Wow.
Yes.
Do you get any nerves before performances and even more so competition?
Definitely. I believe like the nerves don't go away. And then I was like thinking, why is it that the more you do something, you still feel nervous? I guess that is a human thing, because I also do track and field, and every time I show up at the line, I still get nervous, even though I've run many races. So the nerves there, but I tell myself, do it scared.
Yeah, well, the thing is, with track and field, because I also, back in the day, not on a level like you, I'll do it, like little sports thing and whatever, but I know what you're talking about. You feel a little bubbling, but then you resort to muscle memory, what you practice and what you remember in terms of your form. Walk me through the muscle memory to recall sometimes a long piece, and a piece that might have so many different emotional ups and downs. How do you commit your words to memory? What's your secret?
So what I believe is practice makes permanent. For it to stick, you have to practice it. The more you know something, the more confident it is to execute. I believe that's just anything in life. So once I really study and learn my poem, I feel fine. So recalling it is not an issue once I practice it.
That baffles me. I've seen so many performer inside the Poets Corner, long, intricate piece with real emotion, highs and lows, and they just keep recalling it, and I'm like, wow, how they memorize all that now, It's and I guess when you write it too, it's even better because it's from your pen, from your mind.
True.
Well, I'm looking forward to the performance. So you said it's a performance from the book itself?
Yes. So I was planning to do a small piece for you all, but you have me feeling inspired to give you the whole poem.
Well, I mean, listen, I would say you
just go ahead.
Perform, and if I walk in, well, I walk in, but you perform.
Okay, not a problem at all. Do you mind holding this to me?
Of
if I could do the piece?
Yes, so let me make some little exit. Rochelle is here. She's going to do Since Brown Was Black's Cousin. Enjoy.
Yes. Walks towards mirror. She gets scared. Honeydewed kissed face is being stained with tears. Her voice box is cracking. It's the same black story again. Her melanin content is too high, her body too fat, her voice too loud. Simply black girl is too black. Hopefully, it is known that the enslavement of this era is more mental than physical. Or is it? Because the black girl is still trapped in a black body. She has hips as wide as mountains. Her thigh gap is not nearly as narrow as a valley. She has 6 stomach rolls that protects her perfectly sculpted six-pack that lies under the surface. Black girl wants to have the perfect body shape. So she believes that it helps her. She genuflects in front of magazines and TV screens daily, comparing herself to the woman she fancies. It's like religion to her. But black girl still remains sad. Some days it gets so bad that black girl cries. She no longer wants her teeth and eyes to be the only things on her that are white, so she takes to skin bleaching. Black girl allowed her brain and self-love to be polluted by the ever-running waters of mediocrity and self-hate. Black girl is brainwashed. of the things she once loved. Bleaching agents and cleansers got the best of black girl. Bleach became her best friend. Cake soap was a must-have. She washed and scrubbed her face 5 times before applying bleach as her toner. Black girl wanted to be white, wanted to be Becky with the good hair. Not realizing that hair is not good or bad, it's meant to protect your scalp, but black girl didn't know that. She just wanted to stop crying. She no longer wanted to use 1 tub of gel just to put her hair up. Welcome. Let's take a ride down typical black girl Main Street. If Toya has hair past her shoulders, she's accepted. It's all about acceptance. Black girl wants to feel accepted. Nikisha wants to look like Annie, to have those curls, to call herself a redhead. She wants to have eyes any color of the rainbow, lips like Kylie Jenner, puffy and pink. Black girl doesn't want to have brown lips anymore. Black girl got sick of the color brown because black girl hated the color black, and since brown was black's cousin, her dark lips were a constant reminder that she too was black. The black girl no longer wants to be black. The black girl still can't look too wild, too untamed. Other black folk allow white armed forces to storm straight through their black culture, go up to this same black girl who is supposed to be their daughter and say, you must conform if you ever want to be more than a black girl. So she conformed to relaxers and weaves, anything really that made her distance herself from her roots. The black girl was no longer free. Drop that croaker sack. It's been years since we've been liberated from sugarcane fields. I said drop that croaker sack. Why are we still allowing ourselves to shrink? Let our coils be the only part of us that shrinks, but it still puffs up, frizzes up all our kinks and coils interlock and fight it. Get up and fight it. Whoosh. Shoot arrows of self-love in every direction. Let your arrows pierce their lungs. One suppressor falls down. Pick up your weapons, black girl, and defeat your suppressors one by one by one. Thank you.
All right, well, listen to hey, Rochelle Gill couldn't get half a performance. We had to get the whole thing, the whole vibe. I want you to hold on to that. And you know, Rochelle brought something. This is the first time I've ever seen this during the show. Very interesting. I'll go get it. Rochelle took time to put a whole little something up together. I can let you put your message there. Let's put that up. That is
the camera picking it up?
Yeah, that's all her information. She's well prepared. Hold it right there. We're going to position it. This is, of course, the information with the book. Her telephone number is there, and the email address.
Yes.
You know, I mean, listen, she came prepared.
I came prepared.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So for the book, I am currently planning my book launch. So my book launch is scheduled for September 27th. So the book is available for pre-order currently. So you can email me or you can WhatsApp me at this number if you're interested in purchasing the book. I recommend it. It's a great read. I believe that any young person, any young girl, woman, regardless of your age, any black person should have this book, male or female, because it tells we experience struggles. But my favorite part of the book is shoot arrows of self-love in every direction. And the thought of an arrow piercing you, that is a painful thing. Self-love and healing can be painful. But on the other side of that can be very freeing. So, yeah.
Very deep.
Thank you.
Rochelle,
I try.
Well done. Again, you know, Poets Corner, a safe space for our poets to come express themselves and to inspire via words. All the best. And when it's time for the launch, come through again so we could, you know, put the information out.
I appreciate that so much.
That's in September, you said, right?
September the 27th.
27.
Yes.
You have a venue already?
Yes, I have a venue in mind.
Okay. Not confirmed yet?
No, it is confirmed. The reason why I'm not talking about it is because I'm at max capacity. I wish I could invite a lot more, but if I put it on and people show up by the door, I'm going to be like, where am I going to put you?
Yeah. but good vibes, good energy.
Thank you so much.
All the best, Rochelle.
Thank you.
All right.
And all the best, Trinidad and Tobago.
That's right. We're going to come back with the Mind Your Business. That's right. Christmas in July. Some puncha creme to sample. Oh, yes. Looking forward.
Shop and save at PRW Enterprises. Get a Samsung 75-inch TV, only $8,535. PS5 console game, only $4,800. Samsung A9 tablet, $1,199. JBL soundbar, $1,968. Printers from $650. Blenori Drone X60, only $786. Party speaker box, $2,500. Call PRW today.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Trinidad and Tobago, driven by 2 silent threats, diabetes and high cholesterol. But now there's a powerful ally, introducing Berberine Plus by Asia Nutrition, clinically proven to stabilize blood sugar and keep cholesterol levels in check. With 99.9% pure extract, you get superior absorption and real results. Available now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus. Your heart deserves better.
The ExxonMobil Guyana Global Super League is back. From the breathtaking landscapes of Guyana, 5 elite teams gather for cricket's greatest global showdown. The Guyana Amazon Warriors, Lahore Kalandars, Desert Vipers, Perth Scorchers 11 and the San Francisco Unicorns. 5 teams, 12 matches, $1 million on the line. From July 23rd to August 1st, don't miss the ExxonMobil Guyana Global Super League, where champions are made.
Get the story first. Want to know what's happening in news, sports, or crime? Get the CNC3 app. As the story breaks, CNC3 is there giving you the story first on your mobile device. Be connected to the most trusted and reliable news source, CNC3. Access your world with just a tap. The CNC3 app. Download it today.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are.
This is more than just music. This is where you find the best of TNT. This is more than just a vibe. This is where Bollywood gets a twist. This is more than just energy. This is Bhangra and indie pop too. This is the mix. This is the life. Lock on or log on now. Sangeet 106.1 FM. This is authentic East Indian radio. This is us.
Mind your business on this Friday morning, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome Maria Mohammed, the owner of Maria's Puncha Creme. Yes, it's all part of your Christmas in July. We're seeing many a corporate entity and many a boat ride and a promotion just bringing this Christmas energy into the July month. I love it. I love it. And I've recognized, and Maria could confirm, that when it comes to Puncha Creme, it's not just a Christmas thing anymore. People are making their Puncha Creme orders throughout the year. It's a beverage we love, and I look forward to hearing her story and getting a chance to sample some of the flavors. Maria, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. At what point you recognize you had this ability to make the punch creme, and more so, not just share it with family and friends, but say, you know what, let me push this to a bigger audience?
That in itself, my children and a cousin of mine, while I used to do it, I used to actually do it just for friends and family's gifts. And my children was like, Mommy, you need to do this, sell it. Everybody's asking for a bottle and it's expensive. And I was like, no, I like to give them as gifts. However, in the earlies, I actually used to do it with eggs. And there was a joke with that. I went to a friend's line and I had my bottles as gifts for other friends. And the person told me, Maria, where's mine? And I was like, I didn't do one for you. And he said, well, nobody would enjoy it. And all my punch creme actually spoiled. So after that, I changed from the egg and I've done eggless punch creme.
Excellent. In terms of the original flavor, I mean, obviously there's the punch creme, but I recognize now people putting a nice twist and variation on it. Yes. Which was the first, I would say, adventure as it pertains to different flavors?
So we started with the original, but our original is actually with a twist. It's not just original. You get a little bit of more of family something within. You get the love and everything. After the original, we did tiramisu. That's my daughter's favorite.
Excellent.
Cheesecake, coconut, which my children say tastes like a Malibu. If you want Malibu, we did almond. Those were the first few that we started off with, and then we just kept adding flavors to it.
Well, let me start with the original. Let me get you have the original here with me? With us?
Yes, we do.
Right, so let me start with the original, and then I'll start to go through the flavor palette, the variety. And I recognize this bottle is, I mean, it's a nice size bottle. What are your sizes?
We have 120 ml and 240 ml.
Excellent. I mean, obviously, I know Christmas probably would be an uptick. That would be your most sales. But could you safely say that throughout the year there's been a consistent request for punch creme?
There has been. We have a lot of people that comes from the States and Canada. And when they do come by, they call me when they come for Carnival, and they'll be like, Maria, we want our bottles to take back.
Oh, Maria, this is nice.
Thank you.
This is nice. It's
so with the
small.
original.
Oh, yes.
Now, is this like your normal original?
I'm getting it giving me there's something inside here, no?
There is.
But besides the love, yes, I'm getting the love, yes, but there's something I can't put my pulse on yet, but this original real nice. This tastes like punch creme from down country.
That's good.
I'm seeing a cheesecake. Let me try the
cheesecake.
The cheesecake here. So let me ask you, as it pertains to orders, what's the most you could churn out? Like how often, if someone wants a big order, could you accommodate?
I can. Just give me at least 3 days. A 3-day notice, and we're good to go.
But do you have like any, let's say, like right now, stored, and if somebody seeing us today wants some punch creme for the weekend, you could bring it out of storage one time? I
do not keep them stored. I make them fresh. Once it is you need them and you call, you give me the 3 days notice, we do it very, on point for you, sorry.
Excellent. So it's a 3-day turnaround you need? 3-day notice?
I would say 3, yes, because I do work also.
Of course. This is the cheesecake I'm going to sample here. Maria's punch creme. Oh, Maria. Oh.
What do you think of our cheesecake?
It's nice. How you? I mean, obviously, I don't want you to give away your trade secret. But how does one really get the flavor into the punch creme? I'm trying to work out the high science and again the consistency, because I'm sure the cheesecake will taste this way today, tomorrow, next week, next 5 years.
It will.
How have you been able to get it to this level of consistency to perfect the taste?
I keep mixing. My children are my tasters.
You measure?
So
you measure and stuff?
I do not.
So it's hand?
It is hand.
Hand and a feeling?
Do not, yes. And as I said, my children, they would actually taste and they would say, Mommy, yeah, this is good. Or no, add more rum or add more this. So that's how we do it.
That's the love. That's the love, because back in the day, you know, you'll get the sweetest hand from a grandmother or the sweetest punch of creme from a family member. And again, it was based on just that average on the hand.
Yes.
And I guess you've been doing it so long that you've been able to perfect that particular craft, because that's not normal to be able to do it by hand, but clearly you've been able to understand your rhythm, as it were.
Yes.
How long are you doing punch of creme now, Maria?
Actually, I've been doing it when my granny and my mom used to make. So we would make, when we were small, my grandmother's fruitcake, all those different things. However, I stuck with the punch of creme because I love punch of creme.
So this, would you say this is a recipe that was handed down?
I would. I've just tweaked it.
Nice. So it is, and it's a generational punch of creme here.
You are.
Wow. Let me try the coconut. I won't try all. I'll just go with the flavors I really enjoy. So I'm seeing, well, of course, we had the cheesecake. Is this amaretto?
It is.
What's the full range of flavors, Maria, under the Maria's Punch of Creme banner?
One moment, please. So we have 19 flavors
19
so far.
flavors?
Yes.
Wow.
Pistachio, caramel, tiramisu, original, cheesecake, Guinness. So if you want a double whammy of alcohol, Guinness is you want to go with. Raspberry chocolate, maple, sorrel. My son says that's your surprise flavor, sorrel. Butter toffee, cherry bouquet, peppermint, almond, coconut, butterscotch, eggnog, butter almond, pina colada, and amaretto.
Which one is the most requested? Which one is the most popular based on the 19?
That actually depends on your taste. My daughter loves tiramisu. One of my boys, he loves the coconut, the almond, and the butterscotch.
But with your customers, Maria, which one people seem to request? The word gets around that, you know what, this is the flavor here.
That's the thing. Everybody likes all the flavors. It just depends on your palate, what it is you like. Yeah. So we recommend, depending on if you're sweet. If you go with sweet, you go with your caramel, your butterscotch, your butter toffee, your I said caramel, and your maple.
Well, let me tell you. So far, you've had me at hello with the original for sure. So the original is on point. But in terms of the flavors, I've only had two so far: the cheesecake and the coconut. And I must confess, it's probably my third shot glass here. Hope I could. Anyway, I can handle my stories. I can handle my stories, Nation. I can handle my stories. So come on. Any requests coming in? Well, I mean, it's Christmas in July.
Yes.
That's really a thing now. People are making their requests for punch of creme.
They are. They are. Amazing. It has not been grand as I would like it, but you know, you give God thanks for every blessing that comes through. I agree, and I love that attitude. What's your, I mean, well, after this conversation here, I could tell you, Maria, brace yourself because, yeah, the requests will be coming in. Let me ask you, as it pertains to the cost factor, especially this nice, this is a nice bottle. This, I would say, is a nice, I mean, literally, look at this. I've never seen punch of creme in a bottle like this before. This is, you could move with this and just take a sip and you keep it pushing. How much for this particular size? The 120 is, well, yes. The 350 ml, it's $120. And the bigger bottles, which is the rum size, that's a 750 ml, that is $240. Excellent. I heard you have non-alcoholic options also? We do, for those that don't like to drink alcohol, but it would not last as long as those with the alcohol. So you still get the same creme taste and experience, but no alcohol? No alcohol. That's beautiful. I'll be seeing all the information there on screen. Where can we find you online, Maria? We are on Instagram, Maria's Punch of Creme, and you can reach us at 379-3846. Maria, can I hold the original again? Let me get some of the original. Of course. Oh my goodness. Anybody want to send some love to us? We wrap things up. I want to send love to my children, Malcolm, Jediah, and Kada, and my support system. You needed a bigger glass. Yeah, this original. I think probably this was my intro. I love the coconut too, but oh my goodness. If ever there was a punch of creme, this is a punch of creme. Maria's Punch of Creme. Thank you, Maria. All the best. Thank you so much, Jason. You also. Yes. Cheers to Punch of Creme, to Christmas in July, and to Maria coming on the program. Up next, we get a chance to touch base with Marley Palmer, music, upliftment,
positivity, a message always with Marley Palmer. He takes us up to 8 o'clock.
Recession have you down? Don't lose hope. Head on down to Tire Clinic for the recession deals. Big savings with our road hazard warranty on Dunlop 2021 Falcon tires. Available at Tire Clinic, Cuba, Chaguanas, and Pleasance Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need. Call 636-8973 or 636-2958.
Period nights don't have to look like this. Move less, wake up to change. So change for a real night's sleep with Always Overnight. Its 3 times protection system absorbs, locks the fluid, and keeps it away from your skin. For protected nights without leaks. Always.
The Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, teaching the truth about God's people, God's plans, and the secrets of God, all written within the pages of the Holy Bible, which is the Word of God. Watch The Hidden Truth every Thursday at 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. on CNC3.
Shop and save at PRW Enterprises. Get a Samsung 75-inch TV, only $8,535. PS5 console game, only $4,800. Samsung E9 tablet, $1,199. JBL soundbar, $1,968. Printers from $650. Blenori Drone X60, only $786. Party speaker box, $2,500. Call PRW today.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Textbooks, screens, late nights. Your eyes work hard through every class, exam, project, and deadline. Ferrara Optical has eyewear specifically designed to reduce eye strain, so nothing holds your learning back. For a limited time, youth get a free frame with lenses from just $495. Scholars get frame and lenses starting at only $750. And lifelong learners save up to 30% off your purchase of advanced lenses like Eisen and Transitions. Less strain, more focus. Your vision without limits. Visit Ferrara Optical in store today. This promotion is NLCB approved.
Parents will do it. They'll go to work, have a day, bro, and come on and take that stress out on you.
Welcome to another episode of Manhood.
Everybody will do what they need to do to get what they want.
And if they can't fit in to the norms, then what they have to do, they're surviving.
Not everybody wants to kill me because I might be all kind of thing, but I think I'm a good person.
The aspect of a mentor seeing something in you that you can't see in yourself.
Check yourself, because you shaped that generation.
Are we losing in many ways the values?
Since I have this Parkinson's diagnosis, there's a group, a very small type group, who will always look after me.
As parents and teachers, we came together to establish the National Council of Parent-Teacher Association because we firmly believe that there is greater strength in unity. Today, our schools face real challenges: bullying, violence, and fear. No parent should send a child to school and wonder if they will be safe. No teacher should walk into a classroom afraid of losing control. That's why we welcome the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service into our schools. They bring expertise, they bring skill, and most importantly, they bring the reassurance that learning can happen in peace. We believe in unity. Now we are stronger. We are on board with the police.
The School-Oriented Policing Initiative, securing our schools, securing our future.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
So loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. So if you believe Christ really paid the price, come on aboard the train of eternal life. Don't gain the world and lose your soul.
The Music Brew, inside the Morning Brew every Friday, we wrap things up with good music. And Marley is no stranger to the program. Marley Palmer from Matura. The man say he leave on that side day since 5 o'clock this morning, you know. 5 a.m., you know, you mean?
Hey, well, I had.
Man, as I respect, man.
Every time, man. Yes, sir.
Good to see you, good to see you.
Same here, man.
This song was already released, but it's almost like, because I do have a put expiry date on music, eh? To me, music is forever. But what brought the inspiration to almost kind of reignite the fire on the song?
Well, I would say the Holy Spirit just urged me to bring back this message, you know, because, you know, we wrestle not against the flesh and bloods now, but against the spiritual wickedness, you know, in high and low places, you know. And I stand here like John in the wilderness, John the Baptist, repent ye, because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You know, make all crooked roads straight. You know, repent ye, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
That's one thing, Marley, you always stay zoned in and focused on your message, regardless of what might be trending, what might be popular. You don't deal with that. You deal with your message, and you deal with your conviction then. I respect that. I respect that, you know. You never really switch up at all. I've never seen that from you, Marley Palmer. And that takes strength. That's strength, bro.
Same. Now give thanks, man. You know, the children just need to be alert because we have an enemy that's roaming the earth, you know, who's on a mission to steal, to kill, and to destroy. You know, so we have to put on the whole armor of God, you know, to protect us in these evil days, you know, so we could stand with ground against the wiles of the enemy, you know, those fiery darts. You know, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. You know?
Yeah, and let me tell you, music is such an important portal to music impacts people in a kind of way. Yeah, people talk about movies and stuff. Yes, movies also, but music kind of really goes deeper to the soul, you know.
Deeper, it's a medium that, you know, that the Father will use us as vessels now, you know, to bring that message. Sometimes a man in the crowd might be contemplating suicide, and you as that vessel, that chosen vessel, that star seed that God used, you know, He will use you to bring that message, you know, that person will go on the good side, on the side of optimism, you know.
Of course. Well, Marley, I mean, I have Mike here.
Yeah,
as always, rip it on the blazer.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
That is for you.
Respect,
we're going to take in the performance, and then we come back after and, you know, put some information out in terms of what's next, where we could find you, the full details. Marley Palmer, touching base via the Morning Brew inside a segment called The Music Brew.
Yes,
enjoy.
Whoa, yo, yo, yo. Whoa, yo. Whoa, yo, whoa, yo, 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 yo. Whoa, yo, yo. Whoa, yo, yo, yo. Whoa, yo. Whoa, yo, whoa, yo, yo, yo. For just so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. So if you believe Christ really paid the price, come on aboard the train of eternal life. Don't gain the world and lose your soul, you'll surely die. You'll be safe from the tribulation and the Antichrist, cause the time is running out. The clock is ticking, so get on board the Zion train. There'll be a time that it will be too late to enter through that gate now. So get on board, hurry and get on board now. Hey, just say, can't you see that is falling into place? Jah don't make mistakes. Prophecy is revealing every day. Jah said there will be plagues. Mankind will be so evil. Famines and great earthquakes. Not much time again. Draw closer to Christ and surely, brethren, you will be saved. Hey, the time is running out. The clock is ticking. So get on board the Zion train. There'll be a time that it will be too late to enter through that gate now. So get on board, hurry and get on board now. Hey. Children will be making children. Nations will rise against nations. There shall be wars and rumors of wars and evil generation. Crime will be running wild. Every second somebody will die. These are the signs of the coming of Jesus Christ. Hey, millions will die each year. Mankind will be living in fear. There shall be pestilences taking over the earth, revealing that this time is here. So if you believe Christ really paid the price, come on aboard the train of eternal life. Don't gain the world and lost your soul, you'll surely die. You'll be saved from the tribulation and the Antichrist, cause the time is running out. The clock is ticking. So get on board the Zion train. There'll be a time that it will be too late to enter through that gate now. So get on board, hurry and get on board. Everything Jah say, can't you see that is falling into place? Jah don't make mistakes. Prophecy is revealing every day. Jah said there will be plagues. Mankind will be so evil. Famines and great earthquakes. Not much time again. Draw closer to Christ and surely, brethren, you will be saved. Hey, the time is running out. The clock is ticking. So get on board the Zion train. There'll be a time that it will be too late. Yes, Malayan.
Get on board. A re-release, really. A song that was... When you actually released this one, Mali, how long ago?
2020.
2020.
Like 6 years ago.
Excellent. Again, music, no expiry date.
Yeah, the Holy Spirit that's nudged me, you know. Hey, yeah, the time's getting so evil, you know, and no one knows the time or the hour that the Son of Man will appear, you know. You know?
Yeah.
Why gain the world and lose your soul, you know?
And you know, it's a message that you've said consistently here on the program, and we give thanks. How could we keep in touch, Marley? How could we find your music and, of course, embrace you online?
All right. Well, on all platforms, Spotify, Apple. You can get me on Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, Marley Palmer.
Marley Palmer. Marley, from a tour, you know. Yeah, boy. I mean, how's the life on that side, man?
Nice, good vibes, boy, you know. Country's always love, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, serene beaches, you know, flora and fauna. Yeah.
Do you see a little uptick as it's July, August? You know, people will come up for the weekend and spend time on that side. You see
Yeah, a lot of excursion buses, yeah. People will come up there and hike and all these things, yeah. It's a different air, you know, when you come up in the country.
Yeah. When I come up, bro, I really go and call you so I can really get to it, because I don't really know the space I normally would just pass through Matura. Matura is after Rampanalgas?
No, before him going up, yeah.
Before Rampanalgas?
It's before. So it's Rampanalgas, Salibi, you know, Balandra, then Rampanalgas, Kumana, Yeah.
The man rolling it up.
Land Snow. Yeah. Montevideo, Sanssouci, Matlot. Yeah.
The lady with the best food in Rampanalga still around?
Yeah, she's still around, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Arthur's Bar,
Yeah, once I go up on her side, I must touch in.
Now, hail the eye, man. Hail the eye, you know.
I will. So hailing up all our family and friends and all those supporters from Matura and that side of the country.
Respect, you know, to my two nephews who locked on, Malachi Palmer, Elijah Palmer, my brother. Birthday was yesterday.
Nice.
Manly Homeward, big up, man. Big up to Dad Saxo, Mommy, Salome Palmer, Mala Palmer, Hula Matura, country. Yeah, man.
Yes, man. Mali, well, manners and respect, brother.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you always.
Yeah, man.
And with that, we're going to make our exit. It's been a great week, and God spare, I'm back for more on the program from Monday. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. And as always, thanks so much for tuning in and for making us a part of your morning. All the best, guys.
Millions will die each year. Mankind will be living in fear. There shall be pestilences taking over the earth, revealing that this time is here. So if you believe Christ really paid the price, come on aboard the train of eternal life. Don't